Hey folks, welcome back to another Paul Master video. Today let's talk a bit about the new Allister and Gourgeist, right? Is that pronounce it? Anyways, Fall Allister and Gourgeist, which I'm actually pretty high on, personally. So yeah, as usual, we will be pulling for him tonight when the banner drops. So make sure y'all tuned in for that, right? So yeah, this is a good support. He's a good support. Good support. I like the kit. I like the kit quite a bit. Mostly because it looks like New Year Sabrina's, but no. I mean, he does, kind of, at 3 out of 5. But that aside, I mean, he does a lot of really nice things, right? Does a lot of really nice things. So first, let's, in terms of stats, as a supporter, 700 HP is good. 300 something defense is nice. This is okay. It's not crazy, but it's nice, right? So it's a more physically defensive tank with X defense all here as well. That buffs special attack, which is, again, relatively rare, right? Relatively rare, so that's always nice. The speed sucks, but he does have Revenge Boost 9, which I wish every support in the game had, or at least every tank, which is, you know, every time you get hit, that's 1 gauge back. Although, I would prefer something like Move Gauge Fresh 9 instead, but anyways. Beggars can't be choosers here, so. You also have Natural Remedy, which is nice for say, like, these are all just really good, like, tank passes, right? None of them are like groundbreaking or whatever, but they're all really nice to have. So yeah, as for the rest of his kit, you have Hex, which is I don't really care, unless you get him at 3 out of 5. That's when it gets more interesting. And then Trick or Treat, which lowers the opponent's Ghost rebuff, which is really nice, right? Ghost is about to go crazy, as if they are, already. And then you have the training move, Wait for It, which activates 0 to 5 effects from several effects at random, and then raises the crit of all ally sync pairs by 3. This part is the part I really care about, which is that's +3 crit for your team, right? Only 1 MP. The 5 effects thing, I don't really care about that much. If you're curious, Absol has it, right? It's like none of these are like bad. They're all like nice, right? Like, you know, there's one where heals your team, one that gives free move next to your team, one gives like 6 gauge. These are basically the same as Spearow. Oh, this one's better, but then you have special move up next for your team, and then sync move countdown -1. All these are good. Neither of them are like a huge like game changer, right? Unless you have like a certain, like, you have the exact sync move countdown lined up for like that extra 1 sync move countdown that makes you skip an entire turn, which is, you can't bank on that, right? That's insanity. But yeah, it's nice if you get some of these. Chance of getting more than like 2 is like very low, basically. So they're nice to have, but again, I don't really care. I don't really care too much. You could basically, you could like ignore this, and then if you get anything nice from that, it's like a nice bonus. But yeah, if you get like 0 effects from it, it's should be pretty common too. But anyways, yeah, a very nice kit, I'd say, right? But the one thing about this unit, I do feel like this is definitely a unit you kind of want to 3 out of 5, right? Whether it's through pulling more copies or candying, that's obviously up to you, but there's not a like fantastic unit at 1 out of 5. Like, you got like some stuff at 1 out of 5, right? Like, you still have the ghost type rebuff, you still have the max crit buffs, right? You're still at the solid defensive tank, but like, you know, for a pretty premium support, like that's kind of mid, right, for these days. Again, the rebuff is nice, but like outside, it's kind of whatever. I do feel like a lot of this stuff does come from the grid, which is why, again, 3 out of 5 for this guy's. I wouldn't say it's a must, but it's a pretty big freaking deal, right? Pretty big deal. So first of all, at 2 out of 5, you get a few other things. You have Sterner stuff, which has, you know, more damage reduction, healthy healing, more stuff to help you tank, which is cool and whatever. Catalyst, which could help, you know, the pretty bad speed, right? After you sync with support EX sync, Revenge Boost, that could help with gauges a bit as well. Flabbergast, which is kind of whatever. So yeah, his 2 out of 5 is alright. You have some tanking stuff, but again, 3 out of 5 is where most of the like really good stuff comes in. 3 out of 5, you have Team Smart Command 2. This is probably, you know, Main reason why I'd say it's kind of like Newer Sabrina, right? Turns he basically gets the Newer Sabrina passive with the 30% chance of getting special move up next for your team, right? When you use a trainer move, only trainer moves, right? The trainer uses a move, right? So there's that. Not as obviously not as good as Near Sabrina at doing that, but again, he has other tools, right? And then you have all ramped up on Hex, which makes him turns him into a special support, right? I mean, he's already a special support by giving special move up next with this, right? But like, or that very low chance of getting it on his trainer move. But yeah, you also get the ability to buff special attack. This is not going to be a very, very, like, obviously not a fast way. It's only like once every +1 per, like, hex, which is pretty terrible of a rate. But it's nice for topping units off, right? Again, something like Renegade Cynthia would appreciate that, right? Quite a bit. She gets, what, +4, I believe, right? Boom, you get 2 more, top it off. So her Shadow Ball could deal, like, slightly below average damage. Her DPS is... Hey, her DPS is about to get a bit better, right? With the extra ghost type rebuff at least. So that would help. As for some other stuff, you have Healing Hand, which could be situationally useful against certain, opponents, right? There's some stage that does like AoE sleep or AoE, well, I guess sleep won't really help. AoE poison or AoE paralysis, which is very, very annoying, obviously. That could come in handy sometimes. Active healing, 100% chance of healing yourself when you use a move. It's nice on paper, but it's probably going to be like pretty like terrible heals, kind of like SS Blue's heal, right? Probably the mount. So I wouldn't put too much stock into this. Let's see what else. Numbing Blue, guaranteed paralysis. How does that sound? Guaranteed paralysis would have been really, really nice against Cobalion, right? If the Legendary Gauntlet was still up. Synchro Healing is pretty cool too, right? On top of, it's pretty close to Catalyst, so if you're gonna pick that up, might as well pick both of them up on the Support EX sync. That could be nice. And then you have Endurance as well. So the main stuff I do like is mostly on the top left side, 3 out of 5. Like this just really completely changes the unit, pretty much, right? Turns them into a really, really, really nice special support, right? And again, a very rare one, because most special supports, generally physical supports, have like good physical defense or are better physical tanks, and the special supports are generally better special tanks. Not in this guy's case. He's more of a physical, more of a special support, but has like good physical defense, which again, very, very rare. Could be pretty freaking nice to have and useful as well. So yeah, overall, I do really like his kit quite a bit. Really, really nice kit. Good support, right? I mean, hey, max crit, special attack, support. Again, special attack buffing part isn't like that great. Right? He's kind of like the opposite of a New Year Sabrina, right? New Year Sabrina has better special attack buffs, and then, mediocre crit buffs, and then he's like the opposite. Really good crit buffs, mediocre special attack buffs. And it does that, and then on top of that also has a ghost type rebuff stuff as well. As guaranteed paralysis here, right? Got revenge boost 9 to help with the terrible speed, catalyst if you need that as well. Pretty good physical defensive tank. I like it. I think it's pretty good pretty good unit, I'd say, overall. I'd say probably we'll give it a 7 out of 10 in terms of pull rating here. Again, I do think is he a better unit than like, something like SS Wally or Fall Iris? Probably, but I would still say Wally and Iris are more worth pulling because the zone units, right? Generally, although he is a ghost type rebuff unit, but I mean, if you'd ask me, if you should pull for like Allister or like Renegade Cynthia, actually, you know what? I thought my answer would be immediately Renegade Cynthia, but now I think about it, I don't know, man. I'd probably still go for Renegade Cynthia, mostly because she looks cool, but she's good, man. More versatile, I'd say, right? That is one thing I would say about rebuffs, which is even though rebuffs could get you theoretically, although I don't think we have a unit that could do that yet, but theoretically could give you bigger damage buffs than a zone would give you, right? But zones are a bit more reliable, right? Especially in like legendary arena, because legendary arenas generally they take away the rebuff once like they switch HP gauges, so, and zone doesn't. Although, you know, zone also, if you want to flip it, like if your team like kind of sucks DPS wise, right, and you're taking too long to take down a unit, then I guess maybe rebuff could be better, because zone has like a, you know, duration thing, right? But I'd say generally if your team is decent enough, rebuff is probably not as reliable as zone, even though again rebuff has the potential theoretically to be better, right? But that aside, it's a solid unit, really good, I'd say. Not even solid, just really good. I just won't say it's like more worth going for than one of the zone guys. And also to keep in mind, banner will be still up before, you know, we know what the villain arc units are, and save for the villain arc units, man. I mean, there's a chance they would suck. I mean, there's no guaranteed, right? I mean, we've had like terrible villain arc units before. Like, I mean, SS Misty is a villain arc unit. He's kind of bad. Looker's a villain arc unit. He's pretty mediocre, right? So, but there's a higher chance of them being very good, I'd say, based on precedence. But you know, who knows, right? So, anyways, yeah, that's me. This one. I hope you all enjoyed. My guys, in the comments down below. Like and videos for have some more Pokemon content. Tune in later tonight for the polls. Have fun. Good luck if our guys are pulling. Right, if you're a big Allister. Oh, fantastic outfit, by the way. I love the pumpkin mask thing. Very clever. So yeah, if you want to pull for the outfit, go for it. All right, have fun. I'll see you guys.